Hello, everyone. Justin Bradford, Penalty Box Radio. Joining me right now is Preds prospect Luke Evangelista. Luke, thanks for joining me, man.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
So, Preds development camp, I was there on day one and saw they were working you guys pretty hard out there, some pretty hard drills. Just what was it like, that feeling to get back on the ice and actually going through a practice session like that where you're working on drills? I'm sure it felt pretty good, at least.
Yeah, definitely. It's been really good so far. I mean, this is, my first time in the city of Nashville and first time on the ice with, other Preds prospects and, the Preds staff. So it's been really exciting so far and yeah, it's been a great learning experience.
And yeah, it's been really weird. Lots of prospects just finally meeting each other for the first time in person, I'm sure, too. What's something that stood out to you about this development camp that maybe has been a little different from other experiences that you've had in your career?
I think just kind of like the pro setup that we kind of have going here, like, we're on the ice twice a day, one skill session, like, positional focus, and then one practice is a full team. And then, we're doing lifts every day too. And then we had fitness testing, the way they're taking care of us, with the video that we're going over and the meals they're supplying us. I mean, it just feels like, a pro atmosphere, and it's kind of like getting you ready for what to expect in this organization.
Yeah, and you had a little taste of pro life, a little bit, even though it was weird with the instances and everything too, at Chicago and the Predators prospects playing for Chicago instead of Milwaukee and everything too. But with the not playing, but you obviously getting an opportunity to play in the AHL, which I'm sure was great just to have that experience. What was that like for you, making that little bit of a transition and getting that first taste of pro hockey?
Yeah, I think that was really big for me. I mean, like you said, that first taste of pro hockey, I mean, experiencing playing against men. I mean, my whole life I've only been playing against, guys my age or maybe a couple years older than me. But, playing against men for the first time, it kind of shows you what to expect at the next level. And, even, being one of the young guys on the team in Chicago, it was cool to see how the older guys were treating us there too. They were great with us and, made us feel really welcome. So, Chicago, I think, was a really good experience for me.
And so with that too, you got to learn a little bit from Carl Taylor, and he's been running a lot of the drills at this camp as well too. In my conversation with him, he loves developing. He loves being able to get on the individual level for players and everything too. What has your experience been like with a lot of the Predator staff, especially the Milwaukee Admiral staff? Because I'm sure that's going to be a stepping stone for you too. But also, you had experience with them in Chicago.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. I mean, kind of meeting them there in Chicago, I think was really important. But here, we've had lots of meetings, and they've told us basically directly to us what they expect from players in Nashville and what they're looking for, which I think is really important for us as prospects to know what to focus in on and what you're trying to demonstrate on the ice to make that team as soon as possible. So the whole staff, Carl. Greg Rallo, Fordo, they've all been great with us and in terms of, getting us ready and, letting us know what Coach Hines and the staff in Nashville are expecting from us.
And you obviously did not have a boring off season because you were invited to Hockey Canada's National Junior Team Development Camp as well. What was that experience like, and just being able to be recognized as a player that they're looking at for Team Canada like that?
Yeah, that was really special for me. I mean, anytime I can go to a Hockey Canada event, it's a huge honor, and hopefully, crack that roster this Christmas. But that was a really good experience. A lot of guys I played against growing up, or even know from prior events like U17. So it was good to see some familiar faces, and I think I put on a good showing, and I'm just trying to give myself the best chance to make that team at Christmas as possible.
And taking it a step back a little bit too, for when you signed your ELC, I mean, it was pretty soon after the draft that the Predators signed you to your entry level contract. What was that feeling like for you to know that soon after the draft that they believed in you and wanted to offer you a contract to be a part of the organization?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think them kind of making that happen so soon after the draft kind of made me feel like they had a lot of faith in me, and like they want to develop me as a player and want me a part of that organization. So to get it done that quick, I think it was a really good feeling for me, like a confidence boost almost.
And this is probably the most difficult question for any hockey player to ask, is talking about yourself on the ice. What would you say are some of the qualities that you appreciate about yourself and things that you want to improve on as well?
Yeah, I think naturally, I'm a really good playmaker. I think my hockey sense and my IQ and my passing are some of my best abilities, and Since I've been in London playing under Dale Hunter, he's really taught me about, being more of a complete player, two-way game, which is something that I've taken a big step in the last couple of years. And I think, in terms of stuff I got to improve on, I think for me, it's always getting bigger, stronger, faster. I don't think any player can be too good at that. But I think my shot is something I've been focused on this summer a lot. Wanting to beat goalies from farther out and just become more of a dual threat, a playmaker and a sniper. So I think if I can, work on that, it'll really help me in the long run.
Excellent. So looking at camp and some fun questions as well with camp as well too. Now that you've had a few sessions on the ice with some of your fellow prospects and everything too, what one impresses you the most? Who's a player maybe out there that maybe you didn't know as much about but has really impressed you on the ice?
Yeah. So there were a couple guys I knew just from Chicago. My roommate here, Mark Delgaizo, Phil Tomasino. I was with them, but um, one guy that's impressed me. There's this guy I met, Simon Knack. Every time I watch him go in the drill, it's like he's just got a bomb of a shot, and every time I watch him, he seems to put the puck in the net. So he's impressed me quite a bit.
Excellent. And his media availability today, Tomas Vamach, the goaltender, he has a great personality, and he said that no one scores on him more than once as well. How difficult is it to score on Vamach out there?
He's actually really solid, and it's funny that you say that, big personality, because every time he makes a save on you, like he'll yell something, or he'll chirp you on your way by the net. So yeah, he's funny. But now that he says that, it's gonna be my goal for the rest of this camp to score on him more than once.
All right, just spilling some tea right there, spilling some tea. So now a little bit more personal question in terms of getting to know you a little bit better too in your downtime. When you do have downtime, just what are some of the hobbies that you enjoy doing when it's not hockey?
I'm a big sports guy. Even if it's not hockey, I watch, a lot of baseball, basketball. Uh, even with my friends, we'll go out and play some basketball, shoot some hoops when we have free time. Um, other than that, maybe some video games, some Netflix here and there. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I'm going to assume here, so correct me if I'm wrong, are you a Toronto fan when it comes to the other sports as well? Or are there other teams that you tend to follow in other sports?
No, yeah, pretty much a Toronto fan all the way through. Big Raptors fan. Was pumped when they won a few years ago, and then big Blue Jays fan too.
All right. And then what are you currently binging on Netflix? If there's anything there, what's one of the shows you most recently watched on Netflix?
I actually just finished. I rewatched the Aaron Hernandez documentary. That one was really interesting. Just watched The Malice at the Palace. That was a new one that just came out on Netflix. So yeah, I'm really into those like sports documentary kind of things.
Excellent, excellent. So other than those two, what other sports documentaries sticks out to you? Are there anything from your recent past, especially like over quarantine times when there wasn't much going on? Is there a bunch of sports documentaries you watched then too?
Yeah, for sure. I think The Last Dance, that Michael Jordan
Yeah.
documentary, that one, I think everybody watched that, but that one really stuck with me. It was really cool to kind of get an insight to what was going on in that team, and just MJ's mentality too, like his work ethic. I really like that one.
And plenty of good memes have come out of that as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely.
Well, Luke, really appreciate you joining me here and getting to know you a little bit better. And I'm sure Preds fans are going to be really excited to see you very, very soon putting on that Preds uniform, Bridgestone Arena.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.